It's so good to be with you all. And one thing that's also true is that part of my journey for about a year was with Samson Society.
Huh.
So it's been a while. It's been a long time, and so this feels like kind of coming back to my beginning. And I'm really excited to be talking about self-reflection. I'm actually currently just finished up a conference with men who've been dealing with abuse and addictions all week, and it has been a time, and it just feels so appropriate to even be talking about reflection because that's what's been the invitation to these men all week. And when I think about self-reflection, guys, what the first thing that comes to my mind is it's a search my heart, oh God process. When I think about it, that's exactly what comes to mind. It's like I get to in a sense get to allow God and we get to join to see what is present. And in this process of self-reflection, we get a chance to slow down because most of our lives we're just moving, we're just going and going and going, and there's no one to stop us. There's no one to stop us to say, "Hey, what is happening? Where's your heart? What's driving you? What's propelling the speed in which you're going?" And we usually don't make space to slow down. And I believe when I talk about the search my heart, oh God process, I also believe that I wonder where God is also saying, "Oh, I want to slow you down too. I want to meet with you. I want to care for you. I want to tend to you." The second thing when it comes to self-reflection, it allows us to attune and pay attention to our own hearts and bodies. It allows us to investigate what's present. And that could be things that are good that need to be celebrated, things that need to be given like they're good markers, and there are also things that need to be tended to. When we allow there to be self-reflection, are there places that we need to grieve? Are there places that we need care? And are there places of deep shame? And the self-reflection allows us to be curious about those places. Why am I feeling shame in this area? Where in my story did I come to know shame so well? Where in my story is there so much grief?
Hmm.
And what do I need to be loved on where I have not let people love on me much? Those places that have felt unlovable.
Hmm.
Self-reflection allows us to be able to, at least may not always be able to put words to it, but we can at least get close and maybe be able to, like, for me, it was so much knowing that I needed to reflect because I needed people to touch specific and particular parts of my shame. But I couldn't do that until I slowed down.
Hmm.
And what's also true about self-reflection, it's not, it doesn't there will be times where it's done by yourself, and there are times you need community to join you in your self-reflection. You need others to see you. You need people to trust you who will be able to, who know you well and can say, yes, that is true about you. No, that's not true of you. Let me remind you of this encouraging word that you learned. Let me remind you, um, let me and have someone listen to you
Hmm.
and let someone bear with you. So there's a sense of self-reflection that's you and that you need to be attuned to your own body, but self-reflection also can be done in community.
Hmm.
Another thing about self-reflection is that I believe, and this has been so much of my story, fellas, self-reflection. Now, this is what I don't like about self-reflection sometimes. Sometimes self-reflection has made me a better truth teller.
Hmm.
It's made me have to tell a truth, guys, I did not want to tell. I did not want to tell, knowing that how shame was impacting how I treated my wife. I didn't want to let people know that I wasn't well, that I wasn't good. But in my reflection, I actually grew in my courage to tell the truth. That took time for me.
First word, intimacy.
So when we think about self-reflection, do we see it as an opportunity to make us, am I hearing some feedback or
Yeah,
something?
yeah,
Someone's off of, there we
yeah.
go. So when we think about self-reflection, again, it opens the door for us to be able to tell truth better because we've slowed down enough to come to see what is happening. Self-reflection also allows us to be taught. Self-reflection has the ability to teach us, again, about what's in our bodies, what's driving us, as I mentioned earlier. Our self-reflection, I think for me, I can't tell you how many times in my self-reflection, there's been so many aha moments where parts of my story have began to make sense in that process. And then I go, oh my goodness, I've learned so much about me as an adult. My reflection, I've also learned a lot about little Wendell too, in my self-reflection. I've learned about my story and what my story has had to teach me. And I'm kind of referring to the last couple of points is self-reflection is kind of connected to one of my previous points, is that it sets us up well to be known by others. It sets us up well because I know when I've been self-reflective and I've allowed some things, then I come to the table differently with people who care about me. And then I could share these with my friends, like, you know what, I was thinking about this and this and this, and I was able to let them hear it. And the people who know me well, they were able to, yes, that is you. Yes, that's what I know of you. No, can we talk about this? That feels like you're shame talking. So again, do you see it? As I'm in my reflection, it can impact my relationships. And it sets me up to be better known, not only to me, but by others. It allows us to bring ourselves fuller to our relationships, to our spouses, when we've slowed down in this way. Many of us are scared of self-reflection because we're scared what we'll find. Gentlemen, I knew that was my story. I don't want to see. And yet, if we don't self-reflect, I can't tell you what will promote reenactment more and more and more than allowing yourself. Will you allow yourself to be caught by your heartache? Will you allow yourself to be caught by the grief? Will you let yourself be caught by the shame that needs to be tended to? Self-reflection is a pride buster, gentlemen. It is a pride buster, yes. And I believe it will also has the potential to reveal a grace of God that can shake you, because I believe God wants to meet you in those places to slow down. That's the opportunity you have, John. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Wendell. Thank you, my friend. All right, guys. Self-reflection. AA called it fearless moral inventory. Head on out for a walk and a run and ponder that, and come on back and journal in it.